Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to the most expensive neighborhood in the US. If I was to guess where it would be, I'm gonna say LA, probably. I feel like a lot of just rich people live there. Somewhere in California, maybe San Francisco, but I'm gonna guess LA because that seems the place to be for rich people. But we're gonna check this out and I guess see what these neighborhoods look like, these homes look like. I assume these are like gated communities, right? Because I've never came across one. I don't think there are I mean, there must be, but I don't know if there are gated communities in the UK. Again, there probably is, especially like in London and like Manchester. But I've never came across one. But I feel like in the US, they're probably a bit more common, where you literally have a gate that just stops random people from being able to come in, which makes it quite exclusive, I guess. And I guess you have no people trying to get into your homes, but we're going to see. I don't really know too much about it, but that's just my sort of pre-guess or whatever. But we're going to jump into this. Links are also in the description to my Patreon if you want to see some more of my reactions. But let's jump into this and see the most expensive neighborhood in the US.
You've heard it before. The rich just keep getting richer. Since March of this year, billionaires of the world collectively made $500 billion, and Jeff Bezos alone made $48 billion. In a small, quiet little town in the San
That sounds like beautiful money, man.
Francisco Peninsula, this is truer. Home to the incredibly wealthy, even modest houses here go for millions of dollars. High-end homes in the area are currently selling like hotcakes, and sometimes way over the asking price. And that's saying a lot when you're talking about homes costing over $10 million. The 94027 zip code topped the list of the most expensive neighborhoods for the fourth year.
This neighborhood, yeah, if it's got like all these billionaires and so, it's probably this postcode or whatever will probably have more money than the entirety of some cities. No, actually more than some countries. I mean, some cities in the US, and like US cities are wealthy. So I mean, maybe I'm talking up my ass a little bit, but we're talking about big boy money here. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm getting at here, to be honest.
Year in a row, and is home to large estates belonging to Silicon Valley's biggest companies. But why exactly are homes here so expensive? Welcome back to our channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon
at that, man.
So you never miss.
That is like, that's like the perfect getaway house. Maybe this isn't even a getaway. I say getaway house. Holiday house. I say perfect. It's a bit big as well. But this is like the dream holiday home. You're on like the water, or you got the water in front of you. You got the woods behind you. This looks perfect, to be honest.
Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. America's most expensive neighborhood is in the Bay Area, tucked away in the posh suburb of Atherton.
So it is San Francisco,
California, with a $7 million median sale price. Its closest competitor is still pretty far off, the Hamptons at $3.9 million. The second most
Well, I wasn't listening. I just wasn't paying attention. How much is the gross income?
California, with a $7 million median sale price. Its closest competitor is still
the sale price.
Still pretty far off, the Hamptons at $3.9 million. The second most expensive neighborhood in the Bay Area is Palo Alto, where Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg has his home. You'd need to cough up about $27,000 every month to pay Atherton's median mortgage of $5.5 million. And that's a faraway dream for about 99.9% of the residents in the Bay Area. You'd need an annual income of $1.8 million to pay that mortgage, and that tops the income requirements of all other zip codes in the country by a lot. No wonder this town is home to Oracle founder Larry Ellison, Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, and the former Hewlett-Packard CEO Meg Whitman. Atherton has had the highest home prices for at least a decade, but it has surged forward in recent years and become the most expensive zip code in the country. The town's greatest strength seems to be its single-family.
And the home's just in the middle of a golf course as well. This is the most rich person's sport in the world, isn't it? Golf. It's just golf and rich people. It's just like hand in hand.
Zoning 1-acre minimum-sized lots with streamlined permits and changing buyer demographics, all of which have led to big houses and big prices. The lowest priced bit of real estate currently is $2 million, and it's an
The lowest.
8,900 square foot home on 307 Walsh Street. The highest sale made here was Paul Allen's mansion for $35 million. So, you might be curious what a home in the most expensive neighborhood in America looks like. Well, if we're going to check one out, let's make it the best one of the lot. This estate, formerly owned by Paul Allen, spans 1.9 acres and is larger than most homes in the area. It looks like a proper retreat.
That's not a surprise, is it?
From the hustle bustle of California. The main house is about 18,000 square feet plus a 2-bedroom guest house away from the main. Despite the home being large, the interiors are cozy and it feels intimate. The home incorporates modern and traditional furnishings and uses warm, neutral tones and art-like light fixtures. Floor-to-ceiling windows let in the California sunshine, and a library and den make the home feel welcoming. The house has 7 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, and outdoor features a pool, cabana, a cozy seating area complete with a fireplace, perfect for a barbecue. The star attraction is definitely the well-manicured lawn and the wild meadow. Atherton is quite an old town, incorporated in 1923, but its real wealth came from Silicon Valley and the venture capitalists who funded it. In the 1990s, Silicon Valley was dominated by computer hardware companies, and wealthy buyers wanted a suburb with a rural feel similar to Los Altos and Portola Valley. As Silicon Valley became more about social networking, companies started recruiting from urban areas and the buyer demographics changed. This sleepy little town got so many people from Google buying houses here that it was called Google Avenue for a while. Today, foreign buyers, tech entrepreneurs, doctors, lawyers, and old money purchase property here. It's also popular with sports personalities, including Willie Mays and Joe Lacob, the Warriors' majority owner. The attraction here is privacy and accessibility. Conveniently enough, Atherton is minutes away from Menlo Park and Redwood City. In addition to that, you have the Tesla headquarters 20 minutes away if you fancy checking out what new vehicles they're working on. Also, not far from here is the Microsoft HQ, so if you're lucky, you could run into Bill Gates while out for a morning jog. Thanks to Forbes listing Atherton as the #1 zip code in America, it's also pretty hot right now. Needless to say, tech billionaires and foreign buyers are prestige-driven and want the very best America has to offer. Real estate broker De Leon also said buyers pay in cold, hard cash for these homes and sometimes will buy mansions without even seeing them first. It's easy money, really. De Leon made $500 million in sales last year and now has enough to buy a plane to give the best views of the property to his Chinese.
How has he got into this position? That's got to be people above him. He's just been put in a blessed situation, right? Because how has you become someone who's doing this job?
And Indian buyers. It's probably the only way to see the entire property anyway. Mega mansions line every block, and high fences and walls prevent curious eyes. Each unit feels like it's its own mini-gated community. One of the reasons for Atherton's soaring real estate prices is the increase in the size of homes, made possible by its flat land and building regulations. If you're buying a plot here, it can't be anything less than 1 acre. Their building codes do make it less attractive than some nearby areas like Woodside, but there are some elements in Atherton that make it pretty enticing. Woodside primarily has 50.
What was that?
Woodside, but there are.
Is this a home? The gate. I'm so confused. This home is so confusing. I don't know if it is a home. I don't think it is. No, that's just it's just showing a swimming pool. I was so confused for a second. I was like, why is there a car park in front of someone's home?
Some elements in Atherton that make it pretty enticing. Woodside primarily has 50s style ranch homes, and while there is a southern charm to it, Silicon Valley is obviously looking for something more modern and dependable. It is no coincidence that Atherton has grown at a much faster rate. The wealthy are also drawn to this little town because of its police force that's almost like private security.
Wow.
The alarm systems homeowners have been hooked directly to the police station. Plus, when they're on vacation, the police will even drive by their homes to check on it. It's also pretty strict about privacy, and Atherton is one of the only places in the country that allows you to have a 6-foot tall, solid wall between you and your neighbor. Other than that, it doesn't really have a committee to review or approve architecture. Some communities in the U.S. do, and these committees might ask you to change your designs if it isn't compatible with the town's character. That's not a problem here, so go nuts. Your only limit is your imagination. You don't get this freedom in Woodside. Of course, there's a good chance when you leave, the next buyer will tear down your dream house to build their own. That's pretty standard here. Some here have torn down.
Look at this, man. Fuck me. This is like fucking paradise.
Homes of 8,000 square feet to make.
This house is the nicest one so far. This is like it's like you're in fucking, I don't really know, like Florida or something. There's like palm trees and stuff. What?
A bigger one. A brand new home raises the value of.
Or like you're in Greece or Italy even. Not fucking Florida. These buildings here are looking a bit flipping ancient, but in like a good way. Obviously, they look nice and new, but at the same time, they've got like that ancient style.
Surrounding homes and gives new buyers the incentive to knock them down and build a bigger one for themselves. Over the last 4 years, sales have been made to WhatsApp co-founder Jan Koum. He bought 5 houses close to each other to create a gigantic Atherton compound.
Oh, fair enough, man. You know what? If you got the money for it, do what you got to do.
That cost him $57 million, and he promptly started knocking them all down to build new structures. If you live nearby and fancy walking around in this place, you really won't have an excuse to loiter about here. There are no shops or restaurants, and it barely even has sidewalks. When you Google things to do in Atherton, all that comes up is the Menlo Circus Club. This private social club hosts polo matches, horse shows, and gala parties for the wealthy, and the chances of getting an invite to those are slim. So if you're caught by the police here, there isn't much wiggle room. Of course, you could just buy a home here too. During the outbreak of the virus, the home buying market has seen many ups and downs, but Atherton has stayed steady through it all and, in fact, surged forward as prices hit insane heights. Think you'll spring for a home here?
I mean, this place probably didn't even close down for COVID. I don't know. But if it's like its own private community, they probably just done what they were doing beforehand. Just kept it to themselves. I wouldn't be surprised.
Here for that exclusive address? Let us know in the comments below.
Well, there we go. The richest neighborhood in the US. God damn, man. What's the richest street in England? It's going to be in London somewhere. Fillmore Gardens. The most expensive street in the whole of the UK. Is a prestigious street located in the fashionable Kensington. Oh, okay. It's Kensington, of course. Wait, let's search what this place looks like. Fillmore Gardens. Okay, I mean, it looks nice, don't get me wrong. It's not nowhere near the same as the San Francisco one, but... or the California one, even. Yeah, it looks alright, but this place looks a whole different level. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this reaction, and yeah, until next time, peace.